It's one thing to develop land for new housing. It's quite another to create an entire new city from scratch. This week, Springfield celebrated its 30th birthday. But according to the team behind the project, they've only just begun. Max Futcher reports.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city.
Actually, Springfield was built on 2,800 hectares of unwanted forestry land. It mightn't have happened had Maha Sinnathamby been given the go-ahead to extend the Queen Street Mall underground.
Instead of trying to modify an existing city, I'll go and build a new city.
He and partner Bob Sharpless were nothing if not ambitious. Australia's first privately built city, its largest master planned community.
Springfield will become a major regional centre.
We were the subject of scorn and ridicule when we first put it out there, particularly Maha, because he led with his chin.
And initially there were opponents.
Now, I don't want this destroyed by a high-density development on the back door.
But the southeast's population explosion was unstoppable, and land for under $50,000 was an attractive proposition, especially if having its own CBD meant not having to commute into Brisbane.
It'll be bigger than the Brisbane and Ipswich CBDs combined.
It did require a leap of faith by the first Springfielders, given in the early days it was much like any other outer suburban land development.
When they said it was going to be a city with a city, you mean like Ipswich is a city, you know? No way.
But plenty believed in the promise of things to come.
If you can't find a tradesman in the southeast, this is probably the reason. In Springfield, they're everywhere.
The early 2000s would see rapid expansion and promises being fulfilled. A major shopping centre development, one of the biggest in the country. A Mater private hospital, soon to become a public private hospital. New schools, a campus of the University of Southern Queensland. Greg Norman would fashion one of his signature golf courses from the scrub.
There are going to be some tough holes out there. I'm not going to be Mr. Nice Guy to everybody, I can tell you that.
In 2010, international recognition, a Fiachi Award, the developer's equivalent of an Oscar.
The winner for Master Plan category is Greater Springfield, Queensland, Australia.
Today, Springfield is home to 53,000 people, their average age just 29. And there is still much to do. There are proposals for an entertainment precinct adjacent to the new stadium and plans to attract high-tech biomedical and energy companies to set up operations. In fact, after 30 years, the Springfield vision is only 25% realised.
As we remind everyone in our team, you might think you've worked hard for the first 30 years, but you've got 3 times as much work to do in the next half of the project life.
Long way to go. Well, weather now. And Tony, how's it looking for the week ahead?
Well, Sam, we normally associate winter with sunny skies in Queensland. It was a different story at the start of the season with a wet start to the season indeed, and it's looking like much the same at the end with more rain on the way. Today, though, not too bad. A mostly sunny morning, especially for runners of the bridge to Brisbane, then a bit more cloud into the afternoon. We have seen 1 or 2 showers through the last few hours as well. Ipswich reached 24 degrees, 23 in Greenbank, and a cooler 21 on the Sunshine Coast. Onto the satellite, all pretty quiet for the southern Queensland coast at the moment. That's under the influence of a ridge of high pressure running along the coast. Heavier rain into the tropics though. A few spots south of Cairns picking up over 100 millimetres of rain in the past day. Tomorrow it starts to look a lot more like spring. A few days early, albeit. A front moves across South Australia with a trough extending up into Western Queensland. All of that is set to trigger the first big storm outbreak of the season, with severe cells possible from Western Queensland down into New South Wales and Victoria. Those storms should spread to lighter rain, eventually reaching the coast by late Tuesday, but before then, still a few more light showers along the Queensland coast tomorrow. Around the nation tomorrow, watch for a couple of showers if you are headed to Adelaide, Melbourne or Canberra. A dry 21 degrees in Sydney after they've recorded over 2 metres of rain so far this year. Back to northern Queensland, Mount Isa could see a storm with more showers around Cairns and some decent totals likely on the exposed parts of the North Tropical Coast. Once again, cloudy, but it should stay dry in Townsville. Over southern districts, Longreach could also see a storm, most likely into the evening. Some late showers for Roma and a possible sprinkle in Toowoomba and Stanthorpe. Across the southeast, mostly cloudy with the odd passing shower here and there, but it should be dry for most spots most of the time. a mild night and day. 14 to 24 in Chermside, 23 in Springwood and tops of 22 along the Bayside. Bodie's easterly winds up to 15 knots on Moreton Bay, easing late. So here in Brisbane, a possible morning shower, but otherwise mostly cloudy and dry, 14 to 23 degrees. And looking ahead, we get some light rain into Tuesday afternoon and evening. That's the tail end of the storms out west. Nothing too heavy, falls nudging about 5 millimetres for most of the southeast, a top of 23 degrees in Ipswich. The rain clears into Wednesday before another round of afternoon showers and a possible storm, 22 on the Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast as showers ease into Thursday, the first day of spring, before another potential rain band into late Friday and early Saturday. So Sam, we will need that wet weather gear for the last few days of the season.
I will be saying goodbye to winter. Thanks, Tony. Well, that's all from us this Sunday. Thanks for your company. I'll have updates throughout the evening. But for now, from all the team, have a great night.